1 Samuel 25. David, Nabal, and Abigail. Now Samuel died, and all Israel assembled and mourned for him, and they buried him at his home in Ramah. Then David moved down into the desert for Paran. A certain man in Maon, who had property there at Carmel, was very wealthy. He had 1,000 goats and 3,000 sheep, which he was shearing in Carmel. His name was Nabal, and his wife's name was Abigail. She was an intelligent and beautiful woman, but her husband was surly and mean in his dealings. He was a Calebite. While David was in the wilderness, he heard that Nabal was shearing sheep. So he sent 10 young men and sent them to them. Go up to Nabal at Carmel and greet him in my name. Say to him, long life to you, good health to you and your household, and good health to all that is yours. Now, I hear that it is sheep shearing time. When your shepherds were with us, we did not mistreat them, and the whole time they were at Carmel, nothing of theirs were missing. Ask your own servants, and then they will tell you. Therefore, be favorable toward my men, since we come at a festive time. Please give your servants and your son David whatever you can find for them. When David's men arrived, they gave Nabal this message in David's name. Then they waited. Nabal answered David's servants, "Who is this David? Who is the son of Jesse? Many servants are breaking away from their master these days. Why should I take my bread and water and the meat I have slaughtered for my shears and give it to the men coming from who knows where?" David's men turned around and went back. When they arrived, they reported every word. David said to his men, "Each of you strap on your sword." So they did, and David strapped him on as well. About 400 men went up with David, while 200 stayed with the supplies. One of the servants told Abigail, Nabal's wife, "David sent messengers from the wilderness to give our masters his greetings, but he hurled insults at them. Yet these men were very good to us. They did not mistreat us, and the whole time we were out in the fields near them, nothing went missing. Night and day they were a wall around us. The whole time we were herding our sheep near them. Now think it over and see what you can do, because a disaster is hanging over our master and his whole household. He is such a wicked man that no one can talk to him." Abigail acted quickly. She took 200 loaves of bread, 2 skins of wine, 5 dressed sheep, 5 seahs of roasted grain, 100 cakes of raisins, and 200 cakes of pressed figs, and loaded them on donkeys. Then she told her servants, "Go on ahead, I'll follow you." But she did not tell her husband Nabal. As she came riding her donkey to a mountain ravine, there were David and his men descending toward her, and she met them. David had just said, "It's been useless, all my watching over this fellow property in the wilderness, so that nothing of this was missing. He has paid me back evil for good. May God deal with David, be it ever so severely, if by morning I leave alive one male of all who belong to him." When Abigail saw David, she quickly got off her donkey and bowed down before David. With her face to the ground, she fell at his feet and said, "Pardon your servant, my lord, and let me speak to you. Hear what your servant has to say. Please pay no attention, my lord, to the wicked man Nabal. He is just like his name. His name means fool, and his folly goes with him. And for me, your servant, I did not see the man my lord sent. And now, my lord, has surely as the Lord your God lives as you live, since the Lord has kept you from bloodshed and from avenging yourself, and with your own hands, may your enemies with all who intend on harming my lord be like Nabal. And let this gift which your servant has brought to my lord be given to the men who follow you. Please forgive your servant's presumption. The Lord your God will certainly make a lasting dynasty for my lord, because you fight the Lord's battles, and no wrongdoing will be found as long as you live." Wait, what the hell is that noise? My car. "Even though someone is pursuing you to take your life, the life of my lord will be bound securely in the bundle of living by the Lord your God. But the lives of your enemies he will hurl away, as from the pocket of a sling, when the Lord has fulfilled for my lord every good thing he promised concerning himself, as appointed him ruler over Israel. My lord will have not on his conscience a staggering burden of needless bloodshed or having avenged himself. And when the Lord your God has brought my lord success, remember your servant." David said to Abigail, "Praise be the Lord, the God of Israel, who has sent you today to meet me. May you be blessed for your good judgment and for keeping your bloodshed from this day and from avenging myself with my own hands. Otherwise, as surely as the Lord, the God of Israel, lives, who has kept me from harming you, if you had not come quickly to meet me, not one male belonging to Nabal would have been left alive by daybreak." Damn. Then David accepted from her hand what she has brought him and said, "Go home in peace. I have heard your words and granted your request." When Abigail went to Nabal, he was in his house holding a banquet like that of a king. He was in high spirits and very drunk, so she told him nothing at all until daybreak. Then in the morning, when Nabal was sober, his wife told all these things, and his heart failed in him, and he became like a stone. About 10 days later, the Lord struck Nabal, and he said, when David heard that Nabal was dead, he said, praise be the Lord who has upheld my cause against Nabal for treating me with contempt. He has kept his servant from doing wrong and has brought Nabal's wrongdoing down on his own head. Then David sent word to Abigail, asking her to become his wife. His servants went to Carmel and said to Abigail, David has sent us to take you to become his wife. Bro. She bowed down with her face to the ground and said, I am your servant, and I am ready to serve you and watch the feet of my Lord's servant. Abigail quickly got on the donkey and attended her 5 messengers and became his wife. David had also married Ahinoam of Jezreel, and they were both his wives. But Saul has given his daughter Maacah, David's wife, to Paltiel, son of Laish, who was from Galim. 1 Samuel 26. David again spared Saul's life. The Ziphites went to Saul at Gibeah and said, is not David hiding on the hill of Hakilah, whose face Jeshimon? So Saul went down to the desert of Ziph, and 3,000 select Israel troops to search there for David. When he saw that Saul had followed him there, he sent out scouts and learned that Saul had definitely arrived. Then David sent out and went to the place where Saul had camped. He saw where Saul and Abner, son of Ner, the commander of the army, had lain down. Saul was lying inside the camp with the army encamped around him. David then asked Ahimelech, the Hittite, and Abishai, son of Zeruiah, Joab's brother, who will go down into the camp with me to Saul. I'll go with you, said Abishai. So David with Abishai went to the army by night, and there was Saul, lying asleep in the camp, with a spear stuck in the ground near his head. Abner and the soldiers were lying around him. Abishai said to David, today God has delivered your enemies into your hands. Now let me pin him to the ground with one thrust of the spear. I won't strike him twice. But David said to Abishai, don't destroy him. Who can lay a hand on the Lord's anointed with his guiltiness? As surely as the Lord lives, he said, the Lord himself will strike, or his time will come, and he will die, or he will go into battle and perish. But the Lord forbid that I lay a hand on his Lord's anointed. Now get the spear and water jug that are near his head, so let's go. So David took his spear and water jug near Saul's head, and they left. No one saw or knew about it, nor did anyone wake up. They were all sleeping because the Lord had put them in a deep sleep. Then David crossed over to the other side and stood on the top of the hill between them. So he called on the army to Abner, son of Ner. Aren't you going to answer me, Abner? Abner replied, who are you who calls to the king? David says, you are a man, aren't you? And who is like you in Israel? Why didn't you guard your lord the king? Someone came to destroy your lord the king. What have you done is not good. As surely as the Lord lives, you and your men must die. Because you did not guard your master, the Lord's anointed. Look around you. Where are the king's spears and water jug that were near his head? Saul recognized David's voice and said, is that your voice, David, my son? David replied, yes, it is, my lord, the king. And he added, why is my lord pursuing the servant? What have I done, and what is wrong am I guilty of? Now let my king, the king, listen to his servant's words. If the Lord had incited you against me, then may he accept an offering. If, however, people have done it, may he be cursed before the Lord. They have driven me today from my share in the Lord's inheritance, and have said, go serve other gods. Now do not let my blood fall to the ground from the presence of the Lord. The king of Israel had come out to look for a flea, as one of the hunts of partridge in the mountains. Then Saul said, I have sinned. Come back, my son. Because you considered my life precious today, I will not try to harm you again. Surely I have acted like a fool and have been terribly wrong. Here is like a king's spear. David answered, let one of your young men come over and get it. The Lord rewards everyone for their righteousness and faithfulness. The Lord delivered you into my hands, but I will not lay a hand on the Lord's anointed. As surely as I valued your life today, so may the Lord value my life and deliver me from all the trouble. Then Saul said to David, may you be blessed, David, my son. You will do great things and surely triumph. So David went on his way, and Saul returned. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.